All right, we have a quorum. We'll call the first meeting of January to order for the town board. Let the record reflect that Lou has been replaced by Bullwinkle Moose this evening.
I'd second that.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. Cell phones, if you don't mind, put them on vibrate or off, I guess. And microphones. Remember? Would you please rise and join me in the pledge of allegiance to the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right, any changes to the agenda?
Can I just make a comment? I mean,
Go.
we're going to discuss Scott's claims. Do you think it's really necessary to go into a closed session for that?
Yes, I'll explain why when we get there.
All right.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We have the minutes of December 7th.
Make the motion we adopt the minutes as written.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And that motion carried. Payment of bills.
One question, line 35, bond office for $675.
That's the bond for the, if I'm correct, for the administrator and
So you're bonded?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions anybody has?
Quick big comment. The sign at Hills Rock looks fantastic. The one on 57, you have to look real hard to see it at its new location.
Where is it compared to the other one? I looked for it.
It's about, what, 300 yards north of the present sign.
And it has to
I didn't see it.
It has to be way off the highway too by the new road.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
We couldn't get permission from the landowner to put it back where the other one was.
it's too close to the intersection. Let's say 300 feet from the intersection.
Really?
Yeah. That's where we're at.
So that's, we're gonna have a problem then at
Associated.
Associated.
Okay, any other questions? If not, I'll make a motion to approve the bills as presented.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Treasurer's report, Janet? Excuse me.
Okay, this is for November. In the municipal checking account, we began with $95,468.09. We received some shared revenue, interest posted, bringing that balance to $112,841.57. That whole amount will be transferred out for the month of December, and then we start collecting taxes again. That's basically our tax collection account. Money market account started with $633,882.19. Little bit of interest brought that to $633,960.34. In the checking account, we began with $87,861.99. The deposits and transfers, less the FICA, state withholding, payroll, and disbursements, brought that balance to $49,232.20. In the utility district, they have a balance of $590,558.54, with a balance in all town accounts at the end of November of $1,386,000. $592.65. And I'd like to remind everybody, utility district funds are not available for us to use. We just have to show them because they are part of the town. So of the 1 million, half of that is not available for us to use.
Any questions, anybody have?
I'd like to make a comment that is, at the end of the agendas online, you had to break down the, I thank you very much for that.
And I thank you for bringing that up. I think it makes a lot of sense to look at it that way. Okay, any questions at all?
Maybe you should tell people what we're talking about then.
I'd have to get a different screen up. Do you want me to do that?
Yeah, why don't you, so we can see.
Good. Bear with me.
Sure.
Last page.
There we go. I don't know if people can see that or not.
Oh, is that in your packet?
It's a good thing we're a nonprofit organization after January.
I
But
can't.
it shows budget and it shows actual.
Okay.
Actually, the budget.
Can't read it.
I don't know how to make it bigger. Make it bigger.
There you go.
Coming up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if we pull up your agenda for tonight, that's on the last page?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. And I'll be putting one of these on now in the packets that goes on the website, so everybody has an opportunity to look at this. As I explained to Hugh, my problem would be if somebody were to ask me, for instance, in your revenues, licenses and permits, you're way over your budget, why is that? Doing it this way, I can't pinpoint exactly why. I would have to get back to you and tell you the reason why. Because this amount is it's an accumulation of a whole bunch of little amounts. But,
That would building permits.
Uh,
Launch fees.
yep,
It's probably the building permits that are throwing it different because we budgeted so much and then if things pick up and get active again, then more money starts coming in. But 90% of it goes out again, so it's
right.
no big deal.
So, I can figure out where, stuff is over and where stuff is short. It just, I don't have that information right here in front of me.
That's a good snapshot.
Okay. All right, I'll make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Administrator's report.
Not a lot to report. It's been holiday and vacation time for the last couple of weeks. But the upcoming thing is next November, and next Tuesday rather. The Waterways Commission is meeting in Fitchburg at 8:30, actually it's 9:30 in the morning to go over and the grants that have been applied for. We've got one pending for the harbor repairs in Ellison Bay.
Do you go down for that?
Yeah. So we'll see what comes out of it. We're applying for $145,000. We get 50%, we'll be lucky.
Should have gone for $500,000 now.
Next time we'll do that.
That's it?
That's all I got.
Okay. Public input. Any general comments? Anybody want to speak on any of the items? Planning Commission report.
Okay, we heard a non-formal request for comment, if you will, from two gentlemen who are considering purchasing the property now known as Alchemy Fields on 57. And they wanted an opinion, if possible, from the Plan Commission originally about the possibility of rezoning it because it's currently in Heartland, which is a residential zoning, and what they want to do is put in a microbrewery and a restaurant. And they're very passionate about it, and they were very respectful, had a very well filled out set of ideas. By the time it got around to the meeting, it was more than just a, well, what do you think, can this be rezoned? It was a whole concept, which kind of confused things a bit. The issue, the primary issue, and I think most, if not all, of the plan, like I say, it was not formal, so no motion was made or taken. It was just a recommendation. Most of the plan commissioners, if not all of them, said your biggest hurdle is rezoning. There is absolutely nothing adjacent to it that is either commercial or mixed commercial. It would be glaringly spot zoning to allow a restaurant or a brewery. We did make a suggestion as a plan commission that they perhaps look at the old Bailey's Barn, which is another ancient building that is in commercial zoning and has been. They were unaware of it and decided to check it out. You mentioned the Silly Goose. Just said, you know, if you're dead set and absolutely, you know, bent on going for this property, know that you are doing so going through a really uphill battle. And aside from that, after that was all over, we continued work on the 2037 comprehensive plan. We are now on element number 9, implementation, so we just have to tidy it up, wordsmith a little bit, rebind it. We're going to put it in a different type of binder so that you can add pages and subtract like they do with the Door County zoning ordinance, so it can be online and people can keep up with it. And I would be really happy to see that in my rearview mirror.
Isn't Alchemy Fields zoned commercial?
No,
Really?
No.
There was a business there.
it was a studio.
But she also sold
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
That's been long. closed.
Conditional use permit type of thing?
Possibly, but it could not legally do a restaurant and a brewery and that without a commercial or mixed commercial zone at this point.
Any thought about looking at our corridors and giving some consideration that perhaps the corridors could be zoned?
You know, now you're talking 100% in opposition of the 2003 comprehensive plan.
I would agree with PSC.
We wanted to keep that from happening and
Okay.
keep the commercial interests in the already established commercial areas and leave the corridors open for maintenance, which was the #1 priority in Liberty Grove, the maintenance of the rural character.
Okay.
You know, and also when businesses clump together, like an LSP or something like that, everyone feeds from the other one. So I think business is good. Smart planning to be without a business, not be out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, there we go, 65 miles an hour, I wonder what that was.
Yeah, yeah.
But eventually, we're gonna have to move out of the Gills Rock corridor and the Ellison Bay corridor and move south past Q, and all the way down to Grove where there already are businesses.
There are little minor commercial centers, we called them in 2003. Q and 57, that whole little area in there. And, you know, the Capsules, Grove Road, another
Right.
whole area, all the way down to the AC tap. And those are areas that you already have some commercial stuff
Free
going on.
zoning.
What's that?
All that was on free zoning you're talking about.
Exactly.
AC Tap's been there for like 1,000,000 years.
Oh, yeah. We used to go there after church every Sunday.
Okay. All right, any other comments? Operator license approval.
None.
Correspondence? None? Oh.
Yes, we have a couple of interesting items here.
Good.
From the DNR, they would like to inform us that a grant from the Noel Nelson Stewardship Program has been awarded to support the acquisition of 6 parcels in Liberty Grove by the Nature Conservancy. The parcels are approximately 40, 30, 1, 8, 17, and 31 acres in size. They're inviting us to submit a resolution regarding the acquisition of these parcels. However, it does not tell us what parcels these are. So,
So I have a question, how can you make it, I mean, obviously you can't make any better than that, but we kind of just know what kind of a tax they're taking off, so.
well, you figure the acres times about $9 an acre, but that's overall, so the town is losing, what, about a little under $2 an acre of tax money, of value, whatever valuation might be.
Yeah. You also pay the county tax into that, right?
From the Department of, oh wait, here's another, the DOT letter to Mr. Lowry, Ms. Goss, Cavazos, Farber, Mulligan. Thank you for forwarding your Town of Liberty Grove Resolution 1216. This letter is to acknowledge receipt of the resolution regarding speed limits, signage, and crosswalks on 42 near the Elson Bay Hill in Door County. Providing a safe transportation system is our top priority. WISDOT appreciates the town's resolution and input. Your information has been forwarded to the appropriate traffic unit staff who will consider your request for signage and a crosswalk on 42. And evaluate your recommendation to lower the speed limit from 45 to 30. I asked traffic unit staff to contact the town administrator after they have investigated your requests. Review of additional signing options and crosswalk requests will take place this winter. Modifications of existing regulatory speed zones requires a speed study be conducted on this segment of highway. Vehicle speed data will be collected in late spring 17. After the speed study, we will then discuss the result with you. Thank you for taking the time to provide the department with this resolution. Will Dorsey, Director. From the Department of Safety and Professional Services regarding soil erosion control plan audit changes. This department is required to conduct soil erosion control audits for each municipality every 3 years. They're completed by members of the UDC team at DSPS. Traditionally, they've all been done in person, but now they're changing it to a new process of self-verification for soil erosion control plans through a DSPS-generated online survey. The municipality or county will only be required to complete the survey once every 3 years, and they will let us know via email, I assume, or somehow, what that survey is going to entail. Notice of pending application for a proposed miscellaneous structure. The applicant is going to remove and replace the rails for a boathouse, replace a concrete surface on the 2 existing solid piers, and add new sheet piling along the piers at 2312 Waters End Road. That would be it.
I have a question, but is there any way to find out from the DOT who the appropriate traffic person that is having the information forwarded to? I would like to know that, and I would like to stay on top of it.
Well, up till this fall, the contact person was Dennis Kaiser, who came up here almost every week. He's the person to talk to. But normally this guy would forward his information, whatever we requested, to the appropriate unit. And, I talked to the signage guys up there and another traffic guy whose name is escaping me right now. But we can surely check into that to see who's doing this.
I would very much like to know that. My concern is the timing on whatever study they're going to be taking their data from, time of year. I just want to make sure that it's not done on the coldest day in March in the middle of the week, that type of thing. I want them to realize that,
During spring break,
yeah,
when no one is.
exactly, exactly. You know, I want them to see that there is danger there. Maybe it's not 100% of the time, but there is danger there, and I want them to see it at its worst possible time if possible. The other question I have is when they're doing the speed study, here again, it would be best if it would be done when the most traffic is around, because that's when you're most likely to have the speeders. And if I'm not mistaken, if memory serves me, do not the results of their speed study come from the average speed of the cars that they actually clock? And if so, would it be inappropriate for us to put our speed detector up as a calming factor to lessen the speed somewhat of the cars that are being studied?
Well, the magic word is the 85th percentile.
Right, right.
That's the,
You're talking, Nancy, about the top of the hill, right?
Right.
We should get Ferraris out and be blasted through there.
No, then they would raise the speed limit. They take
Oh.
the 85th percentile, 85% of what the cars, what 85% of the cars are doing, they will consider lowering or raising the speed limit to. So the
Put speed
slower,
bumps in there.
What's the penalties, just coasting down?
55 limit though, doesn't start until you're on the
45 starts shortly right near the church and goes all the way over and down the hill.
Right.
And the same way coming up, and that's what makes it so dangerous, because people are doing 55 coming up the hill where people are crossing. And I want him to know that, and I'm perfectly willing to call him numerous times, or her, who's ever in charge of it, and what do we know today?
we'll find out.
Thanks.
Future meetings.
Oh, yeah, just make a comment, that should have been public input. We adopted shoreline zoning, I believe, didn't we, Nancy? I learned something the other day that if a house is like 75 feet back from the water, is for zoning, the new shoreline zoning will allow up to 200 square feet to project forward 75-foot setback.
Making it a 55-foot setback?
Well, you can do it however you want, it's 200 square feet. You can go forward of the high water
I
mark
see.
setback.
That's not much though on a house.
No, put allow a deck maybe as an example.
Yeah.
House.
Interesting.
And then some things they were a whole lot stricter,
Well,
non-conforming structures.
Okay, future meetings?
I got parks on here for 9 AM on the 10th. You going with that?
Going,
Okay, there's also a DOT meeting at the Sister Bay Fire Station at 10:30 regarding detours that morning. What that's exactly about, I do not know, I got some kind of.
they're gonna start working on 57 finally?
Yeah, that could be.
Although the detours, the way they're set up now is for downtown Sister Bay. The signs that are already there.
Well, but that was when they were putting the storm sewer in on Mill Road.
No, these signs have been put up since then. And I'm thinking that they're working on Mill Road there now, that they're gonna take it, go out into 57, rip up the concrete and put in some more pipes to take care of the sewage and water for the development that's going in there. Because the detour goes by Birdos, and it goes up to Woodcrest over to,
ZZ.
no, it's not, it goes from Birdos to Spring, Spring to Mill Road to Claflin, Claflin up to
ZZ.
ZZ. I mean, yeah, there's, detour signs there already. I don't know.
We'll find out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Plan Commission the 11th, 7 o'clock. On the 12th, the Town Association is meeting in Jacksonport at 7 PM. Town Board on the 18th. Plan Commission the 21st. 25th. MSHA mining class here at the town hall on the 26th,
Fire board is on the 26th as well. 8 a.m.
8 o'clock.
Bullwinkle told me.
That's all I have. I guess there's going to be a primary in February for state superintendent of public instruction, I believe, the 21st, February 21st. That would be the biggies.
Okay. All right, then I make a motion that we adjourn the closed session for statute 19.85, parent 1, parent E, deliberating, negotiating the purchase of public properties, investing public funds, or conducting other specified public business whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session. This has to do with the Gus 20 garage property. Is there a second, please?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right. We'll need to go on the